Hey guys, I'm here to share with you the 4th trimester necessities for baby and for mama to help you both survive the coming weeks that are just rough and tough, but these things will help you get through them and help you cherish every moment with that precious little baby. So let's jump in. So this is the Sensu baby monitor. Once you turn it on, it tells you what position they're lying in, their breaths per movement per minute, and also it tells you their feeling temperature, which is basically, you got to remember that they have their clothes on, but it gives you an idea of how hot or cold they're running. And then the base station lights up. If it's lighting up green, then you know all is well. If it starts an alarm and goes red, that means there's no breathing detected, and if it goes blue and an alarm goes off, it means they're lying on their stomach. And you can change that however you want it to be. It also tells you the temperature and humidity of the room, which is pretty cool. And then you also have the Nanit. Now, the Nanit has a breathing band with it. When you hit start, it senses that little band around his belly, and it notices the unique patterns of it, and it senses the movement, and it will tell you how they're breathing, and it will set an alarm if there's no breathing detected. It also tells you the temperature of the room and the humidity of the room. You can also set it to basically work like a typical baby monitor, and it runs the volume in the background. You can also set it to run consistently on night mode, so your screen will dim, and all you have to do in the middle of the night to check will tap it and it will pop back up, but it keeps the breaths per minute nice and bright so that as soon as I look over I can see that that's going. So it's super cool. You can also have a night light, you can talk to the baby, you can take pictures. So overall, I love these products. I love that they help me to sleep better because I can see how he's breathing and where he's at, and it just helps give me peace of mind. Nanit also gives you a night summary and a day summary. It records little snippets of when there is motion in the crib, and so it's super helpful to see how long he was in bed for, how long he slept for, when he was awake and moving, and all of those things. So that makes it really cool to just see kind of his average of how much he's sleeping. So another thing I recommend for mamas is having another monitor. If you have one that's mounted to the wall in your baby's nursery, then have another one that you can plug into a wall anywhere and set up to watch your baby in case they fall asleep and nap anywhere else. So we have another one that I plug in by his swing. I can plug it in our bedroom if he falls asleep in the middle of our bed. I can put it wherever I want, and then when we travel I can take it, and then I can just carry around this monitor to keep an eye on him. So it is super convenient, and then that is super helpful anytime that he falls asleep anywhere. So these things are super cool. A friend told me about them, but they clip into the side of your car seat. They have like a safety pin, and they're magnetic, so they hold your car seat straps back so that it makes it much easier to put baby in the car seat. So another thing I really recommend looking into is the play kits by Lovevery. This was a Christmas gift from Grandma to Bradley, but you get boxes every other month geared towards what they're learning and what they can do at that stage. So for example, this was for weeks 1 through 12, and it came with things like high contrast cards, these little links, which he's loving right now on his play gym, black and white rattle, black and white book. It comes with all sorts of things that they can handle at that stage. The other thing that is awesome is it comes with this little booklet, and it tells you all sorts of things that they're going through, things that they're learning at this stage, and then it tells you the play things and how to use them, and then it even gives you other ideas of how to play with your baby, and so super helpful. And then we just got our months 3 through 4 box. This one's called the Charmer. The first box is called the Looker, and so it has different toys in it every time geared towards what they're going through at that stage. So definitely recommend Lovevery. I think Bradley would agree. Do you think so? Listen, babies are messy. Sometimes they pee through their outfits. Mine did a lot. So 2 things that you should always have with you is either a pee pad or a plastic plastic bag that you can lay underneath them when they're laying on something that you necessarily don't want to wash, or you're at someone's house. Great option. And then keep a roll of doggy poo bags in your little diaper bag, because then if they soil through something, you can throw them in that bag and throw them in your bag so that they don't get on anything else. But that's two things you definitely want to have, is pee pads and doggy pee bags. Another thing I always keep on hand in my diaper bag and in our changing drawer is thieves wipes, because you never know when you need to wipe off an area when you're out and about, or if your son is like mine and he pees on the changing table all the time. This makes cleanup quick and simple. So something else I definitely recommend having several of are these pacifier clips. They come in many different styles and different forms of how they go around your passies and your toys, but you don't have to just use them for passies. You can use them for their toys and clip them onto their car seats, but they're wonderful even when they're little, when you're trying to keep a passy in their mouth. That way when they let go of their passy, if you have this connected to their clothing, it's not going to fall on the floor and you don't feel like you have to wash it off every time. So definitely have several passy clips. Let me show you what I keep in our changing table drawer. These are all things that I think are pretty much crucial in the certain products that we use. So let's check it out. So in here we have our favorite wipes, Seedlings wipes. They are infused with essential oils, and so they have a really good smell to them, but they're also toxin free. So these are our favorites. I love the diapers that have the line that turns blue when it's wet. It just makes it so much easier. So we're still trying to find our favorite diaper. Then in here I also have our oils. I highly recommend having tummy dries. This has worked wonders for Bradley. Anytime he's having tummy problems, this takes about 15 minutes and it works. And then here's our personal care products that we use. We have Tender Tush, so this is really good for any kind of irritation he has. Our lotion to help keep him nice and moisturized. And then we also have diaper rash cream, and there's also a baby oil that we have in our bathroom to keep with his bath time stuff. But these are the only personal care products that we use because they're toxin free and full of really good ingredients. A couple other things I really recommend is this electric nail file. It just makes filing your nails so much easier, and he never fusses about it. And then also, this is the Feather the Owl diffuser from Young Living. It has awesome changing color lights on it. It runs for several hours, and it also is a white noise machine and has different noises that can go along with it. But this is our favorite diffuser. This is the bathtub we use. It just sits in the bath and the water fills up to it, but it's angled and it has the holes so that it doesn't get mildewy. It has worked super well for us and we really like it. It's called the Angel Care. Something else that every breastfeeding mom should have are these things called silverettes. So all they do is they sit in your bra in between nursing or pumping sessions, and the silver that they're made of helps heal. And I have seen amazing results with them, and I think every mom should have them. Make sure you get the original silverettes because you know that they are premium quality and they are the original. Okay, here's another baby necessity for you. Baby socks don't stay on, right? It's ridiculous. So I actually found these socks. They're called squid socks, and they actually are made of like organic bamboo, and then they have these little grippies on the inside, and they legit do not fall off. They're amazing. So they're so soft, so comfortable. So they have those that stay on. We love them so much, I bought the next size up for him to wear because they are the only socks that are guaranteed not to fall off. So check out Squid Socks. You can find them on Amazon. Okay, mamas, these are some necessities for you in those first 6 weeks. So you will typically get one of these at the hospital. I highly recommend upgrading to the Freedom Mom Peri bottle. So much easier because you just tip it upside down and it's so much easier. Mine actually smells like oils, and it's so weird how smells take you back. That takes me back to the first several days after birth. But in my Peri bottle, I always did warm water and then lavender essential oil, frankincense essential oil, and helichrysum essential oil from Young Living. Those were super healing, and I really think that helped me heal 10 times faster and easier. I tore very minimally, did not need stitches, but that helped the healing process really go well. The other thing I really recommend is Clariderm from Young Living. You can use this before and after birth, and it has some very good skin oils in there that also help with the healing process. So all you have to do is just spray down there. It has coconut oil, myrrh, tea tree, lavender, Roman chamomile, all sorts of amazing oils for healing down there. So those are some things you're definitely going to want immediately postpartum. Okay, mamas, 2 more things that I think every mom should have are these 2 things. Every mom should have a manual pump. So this is a pump that works by you doing this. So it's not electric. It's a manual hand pump, and I think they're awesome to have on hand in case you just need a little bit of expression on one side, or maybe your power is out. There's so many variables. I just think it's such a great thing to have on hand, and this pump was only like $25. So it also is very efficient. Sometimes it does much better than my electric pumps, and it's faster a lot of times, so it doesn't hurt to have one on hand. The other thing is a haka. So the haka goes on the other side, the opposite of what your baby is nursing on, and collects the letdown. And it creates a little bit of a suction, so it does pull out a decent amount typically. And a pro tip, keep it in a coffee cup on your nightstand so that you don't knock it over. But every mom should have both of those things because they are so handy and you never know when you're going to need them, and they're affordable. So make sure you get yourself a manual pump and a haka. Okay, mamas, another thing you're really going to want immediately postpartum is a sitz bath and or Epsom salt bath with essential oils. My doula personally made me a sitz bath with all sorts of good herbs, and I took one immediately following birth, and then I think I did one every other day until I was out of the sitz bath. You can also use Epsom salts, and I highly encourage you to use Young Living essential oils with that as well, because that's going to also help. So things like lavender, frankincense, helichrysum, that's really going to help speed up the healing process, and it feels really good too. All right, when you're a nursing and even more importantly a pumping mom, it is hard to find a bra that you like. And so I have found my favorite, and so I wanted to share it with you. They're hanging up because they're drying, but I thought it would actually be super easy to show you while they're hanging here. But this is a bra from Ollie Gray Maternity. First of all, they are very supportive. They're super cute, and there's not a full padded cup, and it's just like, it's actually mostly around the whole boob, but it's on mainly the bottom part, and it's sewn in, so it's not gonna get loose and bunch up, because that's the worst. But the best thing about the pump part, which it does take a while to get used to, at first I didn't think I liked it because it's kind of hard to get the flange in there right, but instead of the other bras that I like, but they have like a clip for nursing, a clip for pumping, like it's 2 clips and you gotta like keep getting them up. This one is, it unclips for nursing, and then for pumping access, all you have to do is lift up this fabric like that, and then it gives you access. So instead of having 2 clips, it's 1 clip and then just a fabric that lifts up. Sorry, I had a phone call. So instead of 2 clips, it's just 1 clip and then just fabric that lifts up for pumping access. So they're my favorite. They're the most comfortable and most supportive so far that I found. Okay, mamas, another thing you're gonna want for your little one is some sort of lounger. So this is like almost like a little bed, and it's got the cushion sides to it. This is wonderful to use on the floor so that's nice and cushy, or maybe beside you in your bed during the daytime when you're trying to get things done, or maybe on the couch. It's just a nice cozy space that has little sides so that they can't roll off of it. Okay, mamas, 2 things you're gonna want immediately postpartum are some good pads, right? So my 2 favorites were the Honey Pot Company. They make a postpartum pad that's big and it's infused with herbs that are going to kind of help you heal. Also, there's these big maxi ones that are super nice. They're from Always. You also might want to just get some underwear that is period proof, so they have period panties, or they have the disposable ones that are actually super comfortable. I had those for like the first 10 days and they were great. I didn't have to worry about getting anything on them, so you might just want to have some on hand. That way, if you just want to feel comfortable and not worry about anything leaking or anything like that in those first days of bleeding, then get yourself some good pads and some good panties. Okay, let's talk about some essential oils you're going to want to have on hand for right after you have your baby. So this would be on top of the ones we talked about for down there care, which would be Clariderm spray, lavender, helichrysum, and frankincense. The other thing you're going to want to have is fennel. This is going to be super helpful when your milk supply starts coming in. CBD Calm, because newborn life and figuring out nursing and all of those things is stressful, and so something like Stress Away or CBD Calm be very good to have on hand. Also Joy, because baby blues are a thing and it is just hard to adjust, and so having some Joy to put over your heart is super helpful. And then Progessence Plus to help get your hormones regulated right away, because your hormones take a deep dive right after birth. 2 oils for baby would be Seedlings Calm and also Gentle Baby, and that's going to help with bonding. I actually keep both of those in a roller together, so those are some oils you're going to want to have on hand. All right, mamas, another thing you're going to want to make sure you're doing is staying hydrated and eating. So the first 40 days of postpartum, you should always have someone with you that can help you make sure that you're eating and drinking. A couple things that I like are, I drink a drink called Element. It's just a packet that goes in your water and you shake it up, but it's sodium, which is actually good for you, and so it can help with your milk supply and all those kinds of things. And then also Body Armor Light. Those are the ones that have no sugar added. And then of course just water. Young Living also has Vitality Drops that have electrolytes. Just stay hydrated. And if you need help remembering to stay hydrated, I got this hydration reminder. It blinks every 30 minutes to remind you to drink your water, which is super helpful. So just make sure you're eating and make sure you're staying hydrated. Okay, nursing moms, you're going to want some extra support. You're going to want a good pillow. So there's the ever popular Boppy pillow, but then there's another one that not too many people know about. I have both, and so I wanted to show you both because I like them both for certain times. In case one gets peed or spit up on, but this is the Boppy. It's very comfortable, very easy to put on, but not always super supportive. This is the My Breast Friend pillow. It snaps around you and keeps him in place right where you need him, snug up against your body. And the only thing that I don't like about it is this isn't super comfortable on your back, but there's 2 different ones that you can have, and they're both good for different times. Okay, you're definitely going to want to have some really good supplements on hand to help your hormones regulate, help your energy levels, your vitamin levels, all of those things. One supplement that I definitely recommend that I learned is really good to have on hand is sunflower lecithin. It's the one from Legendary Milk. It's organic and good ingredients. So that's the one that I keep when I had a clogged duct starting, but I wish I would have had it so that I could be more preventative with it. So I take that every day, and anytime I'm having any kind of problems, I double up on the dosage, but I definitely think it's good to have on hand when you're nursing. Okay, let's talk about some clothing for you, mama, especially in those early postpartum days and as you adjust to the nursing life. Get yourself some good nursing bras, which we talked about that in a previous video on this one, but I prefer the Ollie Gray bras. Those are really good, especially if you're pumping too. Get yourself some nursing friendly clothes, so ones that, you know, lift up easily but still kind of keep you covered. Those just, for me, they make me feel better and more confident and more modest. Nursing pajamas, those are really nice for at night. Get yourself some nursing pads, whether you want disposable or reusable. Just make sure you have some on hand in case you're a leaker. And then lastly, sweatpants with pockets. Those are the best. Okay, moms, now this product is something that when I heard of it, I was like, oh my word, that is so like overdone. Nobody needs that. But then I decided I needed it. So car mirrors are great, but you can't always see the baby really well, especially at nighttime, right? And you really have to like focus in your rearview mirror to see them. So I broke down and bought this, a monitor for your car, and it's amazing. So he's got a camera back there on the headrest. You can actually see the dots on it probably because it works at night as well and does night vision. So you can clearly see as you're driving baby. Now it comes with a vent clip, and I recommend using that instead of the big stand that stands up here, because then that's definitely in your line of sight and not safe. So this I found was just easier for me where baby was, and I didn't have to really focus on my rearview mirror to try to see him clearly. That clearly shows me the baby, and I really like it. So I recommend a car monitor. Okay, mamas, so there you have it. Those are my postpartum and newborn must-haves, or things that just made life simpler. And you know, I think it's okay to splurge a little if things are going to make your life easier and less stressful. So hope you found something helpful. Comment below if you want any links to anything or have any questions, and I'd be happy to answer them. Thanks for watching.